Cambridge IGCSE 9-1. That is 0983. You know, the one I've been looking at in the past or before now has been ICT 0417, but today I want to look at 0983 syllabus. So let us enjoy it. In this video, I've done the document production parts, but I'll be going to databases. I'll be looking at databases in this paper. Okay. You know, the total mark for this paper is 70. This is paper 2, and it lasts for 2 hours 15 minutes. And in this paper 2, we have document production, databases, and presentations. So, but this particular video will be focusing on databases. So the instruction says you have been supplied with the following source files: j2322 apps.csv, clubs, cyclist, evidence.rtf, race.csv, trends.rtf, vcwall.rtf, and virtual.rtf. Now, task 1 is on evidence document. I've been saying it in my previous videos. Evidence document is very important. Many candidates will do the exam, carry out the practical, but will not take evidences, or perhaps they will not print out the evidence document. The documents alone, all the evidences therein could, you know, carry up to 20% of your total mark. So you can't afford to lose that. So open the file j2322 evidence.rtf. So I'll go to my folder j22 evidence. Okay, here is it. Here's the evidence document. Okay, you may not need to pay attention to the fact that I have edited it. Let me remove the editing I did here so it doesn't confuse you. Let me remove that some stuff I put here. So let me just restore it to the original evidence document. Okay, good. Then, so like I said, I've removed some other content I put in the evidence document. So this is the original copy. So the next instruction, about evidence document is okay, make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number appears on every page of this document. So you use insert, header and footer, your name, center number. I'm going to use CN for center number 0001, and then candidate number 0001. Okay, good. Then you close header and footer. Then the next instruction is save this document in your work area as evidence, followed by your candidate number. For example, evidence. Okay, good. In my work area, so let me save it. File, save as. Don't leave it on RTF. So I'm going to create a new folder, maybe on the desktop. On my desktop, I'll create a new folder. I call the new folder work area. Okay, in that work area, I'm going to save this evidence document. The instruction says we should save it as evidence, followed by your candidate number. So in my case, my candidate number is 001. Okay, then I'm going to save it as a Word document. So from RTF to Word document file, then you click save. So that is done. Then, so let's go to the task we want to do, which is databases. That is task 3, database. You are now going to prepare some reports. You know, the benefit of using a database is that you can create reports by manipulating the data in the database. So the instruction will say you are preparing some report, so you know how to manipulate the data in the database. So using database software, import the file j2322race.csv. So anytime you see this instruction, the first thing is to launch your database software. In my case, database software I'm using is Microsoft Access. So I'm going to launch it. I'll create a blank database. Then where will I save it? You know, I created a work area on the desktop the other time, so that's where I will save it. And I'm going to call it the question I'm doing is database for May-June 2023 slash, hyphen, I could use my candidate number with 001. So I save it in my work area, then I have it create database. Fine. So I have that. Then the next instruction is for me to import the file J2322 race. Okay, good. So I go to external data, very important. Many candidates don't know where to go. External data, then you be under the group of imports. Look at here, import and link. Then go to text file. Wow, text file, because CSV file is a text file. Then I browse. My source file folder is on the desktop. My desktop, right? I'm doing May June 2023 paper 2. Now again, the instruction says raise, so I'm going to click on raise, text file, and open. So I have this. I say okay, then I have this. I need to examine the file. Okay, you realize that the first row is different from every other row, so that makes me to go to next. Then I say first row contains field names, so that's to separate this as my field names. Then I go to advanced. Why do I need to go to advanced? So that's why I will need to set my data type and all that. So club code till first name is text. Okay, club code to text. Okay, text, that is correct. Then the next one is bib number is number, 0 decimal places, so it's going to be an integer. Fine. Yeah, yob number, 0 decimal places, so it will be good as integer. Okay, integer. Then the next one is LPF ratio. It is number, but it's going to be stored into 3 decimal places, so it is better I save it as double in Access. Double. Okay, good, that is correct, as double, so that they can accept or accommodate decimal part. Then my race underscore time will be date and time. Okay, oh, that's correct too. My category is text, year band text, gender text. Okay, category text, year band text, gender text. Now, having done this, I normally tell candidates, because the file given to you is in a British format, and if you ask date, the date will be DMY. Make sure you set all these formatting, very important. So my date order, I'm going to change it to DMY, because that is the standard of the exam. The source file was given to me in this format because this is a British exam, so I'll set to DMY. So at the point of importing, it's not going to affect my data. So DMY, that is very important, especially when I have data that has to do with date, time. So it's better I set it to DMY, except otherwise instructed. So having said that, the question says that I should set bib number as a primary key. Okay, so having done this, then I go to next. Okay, next, bib number as primary key. So I'm going to select, choose my own primary key, then my bib number as primary key. Okay, then having said that, next, then finish, then next. So that is done. What's the next thing? Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Now, I would like to say this. You need to pay attention to this. Now, we have not really set how the data is going to display, the formatting. So now let's go back to the database. Then I open the table that I just imported. Then I go to home, design view. Now let us look at it very well. Test, number, then date and time, test. Okay, good. Then let's go to that number with decimal part. Now in the instruction, we were told that it's going to display to 3 decimal places. This place is very important. So LPF ratio, you click here, then you come to the format. They have told us, so if you want to format it, it is double. Then you come to decimal places, then set it to 3 decimal places, because that's the instruction. I'm not just doing that, I'm following instruction. After setting to 3 decimal places, then under format, you come here and pick fixed, so that every item of this data will be fixed to 3 decimal places. That is very, very important. That is very, very important. Then I can go to preview it, save, and see. You can see every item of data, every instance is to 3 decimal places. Now that's the benefit of that. Then we were told that our race time should be display as hour, minute, and second. So you could go to that place again and go to race time. Then here you put HH, because that's the instruction format, HH colon colon SS. That is, you are saying that it should display as what? Hour, minutes, and then seconds. Then you right click here, save, and go to preview it. Then you see it compulsorily. Everything will follow that format. Okay, all right, everything has followed that format. Having done this, then you are good to take the screenshot and then to show everything. So you could come here and take the screenshots. Then maybe if you prefer, you could put your cursor on this so that you will pick these 3 decimal places and you take the screenshot. Now when taking the screenshot, take the name of the table, J2 race, pick the primary key and the data type you have set to everything taken. Then go and paste it in your evidence document. Good. Then the next one is import the second file, which is clubs, as a new table in your database. Set all the data types to text. Okay, set all the data types to text and set the primary key, club ID. So clubs, so I go to external data again, text file, browse, clubs, open. Okay, next. Then first row contains field names, advanced, set everything to text, correct, change this to DMY. Then say okay, next, set club ID, choose my own primary key, club ID as primary key according to the instruction. Next, finish. Okay, good. Then close. Then having done that, what's the next thing? Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used. Okay, for the second table. So open clubs, go to home, design view. This is what they want to see. Take the screenshot. You may have to close all others clubs so that you can pick only that. Then you screenshot. Okay, good. Then go paste it in your evidence document. That's step 16. Okay, in your evidence document, then right click and paste. Okay, good. Then the next instruction is create a one-to-many relationship between club ID in the clubs and in the clubs table, and club ID and club code in the race table. So what do I do? Then I could close all this for now. Then go to database tools, relationship, double click this, double click the second table, then close. Then make sure nothing is hidden. Drag this open so that I can see all the field there in. Then club ID, drag it to club code. That's the instruction. You can, when you get here, you confirm again so I can ensure that you pick the correct field. One-to-many relationship. Click on create relationship. Now before you take the evidence, double click on this again to bring this so that I can show the one-to-many relationship. Then you take the screenshots. So this is a complete screenshot. Okay, good. Then paste it. That's step 17. Right click, paste it. Okay, in your evidence document. Then you continue. So you've done this, step 17. So the next one is create a columnar data entry form. What is a data entry form? A data entry form is used to capture data into the database. One good thing about the form is that form is more interactive, you know, in capturing data into the database compared to a table. A table will only display the data to you in form of rows and columns in a grid line. But of course, a table will display possibly all the items, all the records to you. But then a form would display a record to you per time. just a record per time. So, and in a form, you can add other features like navigational buttons. You know, you could add drop down menu and so on. So that is with a form. So with all the fields in the race table to display one record at a time. So that's the benefit of a form. So then you apply two different formatting features to this form to improve the design. So we are going to do this together. Create a columnar with all the fields in the race table. So you use a particular table to create a form. So you close this relationship. When you are done, close and save. Okay, so you go to create, then you go to form group, then you go to form wizard. Then the instruction says that using race table, so you pick race table before you create your form, race all the fields, so you move it according to the instruction. Next, the instruction says columnar, so that's why you have to pick this first choice. Next, now by default the form is going to carry the title of the table, which is race J2322 race. So if I were you, I could change this to a very, a better name. I could call it race entry form, race entry form, or race form, or just race. Then I click finish. So this is the form. Then just like every other item in the database, you have the different views. This is form view, layout view, and design view, and you could also do that from home here. Different view, form view, layout view, and design view. So you could do all this. So what's the next instruction? The instruction says that we should apply two different formatting features to this form to improve its design. So one that I would do is that, let me go to design view or layout view. So is that I will give it a very good form heading, which instead of me having J22 race, I've changed it to race entry form. So I could come to format, then change the color to automatic. I could bolden it. I could do all sort of, if I want to center a line, I could do that, just to make sure that it looks more appropriate. So that is one. I could also select all this. And give it a better name, maybe this control. This is multiple selection by pressing down the control key, so that I could edit it all at once. So maybe I could bolden it. All right, good. I could bolden it. I could increase its font size to 12, just to make it look appropriate. So if I don't want to give it the default or the inherited name, I could edit this one to be club code instead of club_code, so that it looks like a normal form that is legible to read. Last name. Are you with me? So it is this simple, okay. Then I could have this too. I could do this too. Then I could do this. Okay, then gender. So having done this, another thing I can do is that I can adjust the size of the text boxes for club code. So there's no need for me to have a very long space, since what is going to take is about 6 or 5 characters. So I could make it look like this. So I think that is better. Then I could do for this too, since last name, depending on the size of the character. Okay, then the category, I could adjust it to. Okay, I could do for this, since I'm not going to take more than this. Then I could do for gender, and for gender I could decide to make it display M for male, F for female. If I want to do that, I could do it here, come to design view, then click on it. Maybe I want to use drop down menu or combo box. I could just use the combo box. Then I drag it open. Then I want the combo box to get the value from another table, or I will type in the value or find a record on my phone based on the value I selected. So I could do that too, and that is for gender. Next. Okay, gender. next. If I want to select this way, you know, but this is not appropriate. But I'm just showing you how possible you could just do it, you know. Let's say I want to pick a select from I want to type in the value, or I want it to take from another table. Okay, I want to type the value, so I could say number of columns 1, then I type the value, store the value at so I could just do that. I could type it there. All these are possible. So that's possible. Okay, good. So I've done this. Another thing I can do is that I can put submit button. So let's look for button. This is button. I could put submit button here. That's another thing you can put. Record, I want to submit that form operation. Close form, refresh, print current form. So anything we want to do, submit, we can see there form operation, record, save. Okay, let's use save for submit, and I want it to be picture. Okay, check mark, then I say next, a meaningful name, submit. Let me use submit, and I click finish. So I have it here. I could have it here. Maybe yes, submit. You know, something like this to say submit. So this another formatting we could add to it. So many things that we could add to this. So having done this, I can go to form view and I will see it there. So that means whenever I'm done, I can click on this to submit the form. Then what's the next instruction? Now use the form created in step 18 to add the following data as a new record in the race table. Use the form created in step 18 to add the following data as a new record. Okay, good. Now I could also add new record. So let me go back, add new record. So button, then let me drag down here, add new record. That's report operation, open report, add new record. Okay, that's it. Record operation, add new record. Next, and I go to new, next, and see new, add new. I call it finish. So I have it here, aligned here, so I could break it and align it differently. Maybe I'll put that here. Okay, let me change the layout to tabular. Okay, good. Maybe something like this. Okay, good. So this is for add new record. So if I come here, the instruction say add new record. So I could just come here and say I'll click on it to add new record. If you don't want to do it here, you can click on this, you add new blank record. So what's the data to add? Club code is RCC11. RCC11. Then last name is Bonds. Then the next one is Army. First name is Army. Then the next one is 1208. 1208. Then the next one is 1943. 1943. Then LPF ratio is 0.678. 0.678. Then race time is 2 2005 to 2005. Is it correct? Confirm. Okay, then category is grand veteran. Then the next one is 80 to 89. 80 to, let me confirm that, 80 to 89. 80 to 89. Then the next one is female for gender. Okay, good. Then when done, then I click on this to submit. So that means it has saved the record I just entered. So with this, what's the next instruction? Place in your evidence document a screenshot of the form with the new record displayed and showing the formatting features applied. Okay, good. So with this, I'll just take the screenshots, print screen. Yeah, so I'll take it, showing all the features I've added. I think this makes sense. So that is a step 19. So I go to my evidence document and I paste it there. Good. I paste it here and I have it. Then what's the next thing? Step 20, using field from both tables, produce a tabular report. A tabular report from both tables. Take note of this instruction. So using field, so you go back to your form, then save it. This is very important. You must come here to save, then close all, then go to create, because you are about to create a report. So using field from both tables, produce a tabular report. Before you create a report, a query needs to be created first. Every report is based on a query. So you go to create, go to query wizard and create a query. Query is used to manipulate data in a database before you get your report. So simple query wizard. Okay, the instruction says from both tables, so you pick from both tables. This is first table, pick all. This is the second table, raise, pick all. Is that okay? So you have picked from both tables. Then go to next. Then the instruction says that next. So for me, this is step 20. I like to label the query maybe step 20, so you know that that's step 20. So I could call it question 20 or step 20, as you may want, maybe step 20. So you know that's for the query. The query is labeled step 20, and you click on finish. So this is the query, and you can see that that's, you know, grouped it for you, different objects, tables, queries, and forms. So this is the query. So we have that. Then the next thing will be that select the records where area ends with the text, land ends with the text. Now area, let's go to area first. Now look at area. Now look at area. There are different areas, but the question says that the one that ends with land, okay, Queensland, just land, this does not have land. So how do we do this? You go to the home tab, design view, then you go to area. Under the criteria row, let me use the magnifier here so that you can see it. Under the criteria row, come to the criteria row, under area. The question says where the text ends with land. So to do that, you type star or asterisk land, asterisk land, meaning that you don't care, you don't know what the particular text starts with, but that's why you are denoting whatever it starts with asterisk, then it ends with land. So that is what it should pick for you. So let's run it now. Let's run the query, go to run and see. Wow, now everything we have now has land. So initially the total number of records we had was about 600. Let me confirm that again. Let me quickly confirm that by removing the criteria we put. Okay, how many do we have? Let's see. Let me go to the last. Okay, 302. We have 302. So after we have put star, let me do that again so that you see it. area star or asterisk land. Let's run it and see how many we have now. How many do we have now? 88. Okay, good. Out of 302. Then let's continue. What's the next instruction? The next instruction is category is junior or master. Before we run it, let's go to category. Category, junior or master. Yes, category. Now we have different category. We have grand veteran, senior, expert, master. But the question says we should pick where we have junior or master. Let me confirm that. Junior or master. So we'll go to category. So category is towards the end. So let's scroll. Criteria row. Criteria row. So that you can see it. Criteria row for category. This is the criteria row. You can see criteria row, and you put junior. So you type it junior or master. Now you have to spell the junior correctly according to how it is given to you in the question. So let's see. Junior, J-U-N-I-O-R. It is not spelled as J-U-N-I-O-U-R. So you need to look out for that. So then after typing that junior or master, then run it. Let's see. Oh, from 88 we now have 32. Great. So we have filtered the data, we have manipulated the data. So this is done again. Then shows only the field first name, last name, gender, category, area, country, and this in this order. Do not group the data. So how do we do this? We should show all of these and raise time. Okay, good. So with this now, just save it, save, and go back to create and go to reports now. Report wizard. Now you are creating reports based on the query. So that's why what you have here, query step 20. Remember our query, we named it step 20. So then you now pick the field, first name, last name, first name, last name, then gender, category, gender, then category, then area, country, and then race time in this order. Race time in this order. Then that's all. So you go to next, and they said do not group data. Let me explain that. Do not group data. Now if you had selected by this, you would have grouped the data by area and country. The moment you see this preview in multi-level, that means the data is being grouped. So if it was like this, then you come and change it to this. Everything should be on the same level. This is when you are not grouping the data. And next, then say next. Yeah, the question says we should sort, but I will advise that we don't sort here. Reason I will explain to you. If you sort by category here, the first item you see on your report, the first field will be category, which negates the order they have given you, because the first field here is first name, not category. So that's why I advise that we don't sort here. So go to next, and the question says what type of report? Tabular. Produce a tabular report, so you leave it on tabular. Then let's check the orientation. As a page orientation of portrait, so let's pick portrait. Now all the fields fit within one page, so let it be this one is checked. Then next. Now what name will you call the report? We can do that later. So let's say finish. So here is the report. Good. Now with this report, then we have done this, okay, we have done this, but we have not done the sorting. So then includes only the title, master and junior outcomes. So you come here, go to design view, change this to master and junior outcome. check the spelling so that you don't lose any mark. Outcomes, okay, displayed in a larger font size, fully visible at the top, larger font size. So that is it. You can click it, come to format, change the color to black automatic. You could bolden it, you know, just to make it look different. Then you remember that we did not sort the other time, so let's do the sorting now into ascending order of category. So you can do that in design view. Here is your design view. So you can also do that in your layout view, either ways. So just come here, you click on category, be on the design tab. If you click on category, can you see group and sort here? If you click on it, it comes, then come to add a sort category, then pick category, then sort by ascending order. So ascending order means with A on top, so just leave it. So that's sorted it. You now have J before M. That is when you know it has sorted. Then you can close the dialog box. This is closing the dialog box, but this is deleting the sort. So don't delete the sort, close it here. So you have it done. So what's the next instruction? We have done includes only the title, master and junior outcomes, display in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the page. Then the next one is ask your name, sender number, and candidate number on the report. So they didn't tell you whether at the header or at the footer, so you can put it anywhere. So our advice, let's go to design view and let's put it at the go to design tab. Then you go to label. Many candidates make mistake of this. If they want to write their name and sender number, they use text box. In Access, it's not text box you use label, because you are labeling the report. Label, please. So click on label and drag this open, whether in the page footer, so that it can appear on every page footer. Then you type your name, type your center number and your candidate number. Okay, good. Then do you notice that I put it on the page footer so that it can appear on every page? So I can also click on this, come to format, change the fonts to, the fonts color to automatic. I could bolden it if I want. So that is that. Then the next thing is go to layout view. When you see this hashtag, it means that the size of this is not enough to accommodate the data there, so you adjust it. And before you adjust that, I will always advise you to set your paper size to A4, because you are using A4 to print, so that will really help you. If you have set that to A4, then it will be easier for you. Then you begin to adjust. So this is intact, the title, then come to the first field name, press down Ctrl key and click the one under it for multiple selections, so you can move it together. Okay, good. Then you can create some space for it. Okay, this is fine too. Okay, good. Then look at this. I will do from this end too. Okay, good. Then I'll do for this end too. Okay, move it. Okay, then these other ones, category. Okay, okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Okay, then you scroll down. Oh, this is fine. Adjust it so that it doesn't go beyond the boundary of the broken lines. Then look at the name. So you could also bolden the title so that it will look stand out. Design, then format, change it to black automatic. You can bolden it and you have it this way. So go to print preview to see the way it looks before you print. Wow, this is perfect. Just one page and everything is intact. Okay, great, 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 great. Okay, then let me go back to layout view. I could click on this and check if this one is displaying as okay, yeah, this is perfect. Okay, then having done this, you are done with the first report. So then you go to print preview. When you are satisfied with the preview, then you go to print and print it. So I'm going to print it as a PDF just to demonstrate how you will print it in the exam using your printer. So I could call it report 1 in PDF, and then okay, yeah, look at the way it looks. Perfect. Okay, good. Then we are done with that. Save and print. I've saved and I've printed. Save, right click, save, then close the print preview. So you can close this and close this too. Now let's continue with the question, which is step 21. Using fields from both tables again, produce a tabular report again. So we are creating a new query from the scratch. Please, from scratch, we are creating a new query from scratch again. So then I go create query wizard, simple query wizard. Then from the table, the first table I pick all, the second table is race, I pick all, next. So I call this step 21 to differentiate it from the first query. Step 21, then I click on finish. So this is the query for step 21. Then the next instruction is select the records where country code is GBR. Country code. So before we even do that, let's go to country code. Look at country code. We have different country code. AUS for Australia. Okay, different country code. So well, we are supposed to pick GBR. So go to home tab, design view, then go to country code. Let me use the magnifier so that I can see. So under the criteria row, come to country code. The question says where the country code is GBR. Just type GBR, then run it. Let's see. Wow, it has picked only GBR. We now have 114 records from 302. Okay, the next instruction is YOB is 9060 or earlier. So if it is earlier, that means before 9060. So how are we going to write this? You go to YOB, design view, YOB. Now come to the criteria row. This is the criteria row for YOB. Now the question again says 9060 or earlier. So earlier means less than 9060. So you could say 9060, you could say earlier, less than 9060, and or equals 9060. So let's run it. Let's see what we'll get. Run. So let me adjust this. YOB. Okay. We now have 9060 or less. That's the meaning. 9060 or less. That's the meaning. Another way by which you can do it, let me show you the other way around. Another way by which you can do it, you could have done less or equals 9060. You get the same thing. You remember we got 42 records the other time. Let's see how many records we are going to get now. Oh, 42. So it's still the same thing. So whichever way, it will be correct. So having done this, you can save this. Now what's the next instruction? The next instruction is we should create a new field. When you are creating a new field, it is called calculated field. That is a field that was not present in any of the tables but was created at the point of creating the query. So we call it calculated field. That field is based on two or more fields that are used together in an expression. So we call it calculated field. Contains a new field called LPF_uplift, which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the race time multiplied by the LPF ratio. So let's start. So I want you to really pay attention. So the name of the field is LPF underscore uplift. Design view. Let me use the magnifier. So then you come to an empty row. If there is none, bring your cursor here and scroll up. Then go to add new column, insert column. Yes, a new column will be inserted. So you can put it anywhere. LPF underscore, let's see the question again and be sure of the name. LPF underscore uplift underscore uplift. So that's the name of the field. LPF underscore uplift. Now many candidates make mistake. Immediately you are done typing it, put a colon so that you'll be able to type the expression. What's the expression? The expression is that it will calculate race time multiplied by the LPF ratio. Race time. So you come here, race time. How is the race time spelled? You have to be sure. Race time underscore LPF uplift. Race underscore time LPF underscore uplift. Then you click out. So that is created for you. You can see that race time multiplied by LPF uplift. Is that okay? Is that okay? That's very simple to do. Another way by which you could have done it, I will show you. Then go to run to see it. Oh, sorry. LPF ratio, sorry. Now that's why we need to be careful. Ratio, LPF ratio. Okay, good. Then run it. Let's see. Oh, nice. Let me remove the magnifier so that you can see that. You can see that. Okay, good. It has created that LPF underscore uplift. So another way by which you could have done it and make it easier, let me show you. Go to design view. So I'm going to delete this and start all over again. So what you do is very simple. Let me bring this here and bring the question up. So here's the question. So you locate the new field you have inserted. Okay, so what you do is, it is called LPF underscore uplift. After the uplift, put a colon, then go to maximize your screen. Let me show you. Go to builder. From builder, what are the fields? It said race time multiplied by LPF ratio. Race time. So go to race time, select race time multiplied, that is star, by uplift ratio multiplied by race time by LPF ratio. Then you say okay. So now with that, you can remove this expression that is here. Then you'll be good. Then run it. You have the same thing. So good. Then what's the next thing? Then the next, let me maximize this. Format this field to display time as HHMMSS. This is very important. So how do you do that? Now look at the way it's displaying. It's not displaying as HHMMSS. So go to design view again. Then place your cursor in that particular column. Let me use the magnifier so that you can see that clearly, because I don't want you to get it wrong. So with this, what you do now is open your property sheet. If it's not yet open. Open, then place your cursor in that new field created, then come here under format and set HH:MM:SS. Then after setting that, you can run it again and see the difference. Let's see the difference. Wow, can you see now? So if you scroll up, it's now displaying as HH:MM:SS. So that is hour, minutes, and then second. So take note of that. Let me remove this. So that is very, very simple. Very, very simple. So having done that, the next thing will be shows only the fields. The moment you get here, shows only the fields: BIB number, gender, YOB category, LPF, ratio, club name, country, uplift in this order, with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group data. Okay, good. So when you have this, then what do? Come back here, save it, then go to create. Let me open the navigation pane. Go to create and go to report wizard. Then you pick step 21, the query. So begin to pick the field BIB number. That's the first one, BIB number. Then the next is gender. The next one is YOB. The next one is category. Then the next one is LPF ratio. The next one is club name. And then country, race time, LPF uplift. Okay, good. I think that's all. So then you go to next. I have explained do not group data. If it was like this, then it's grouping the data. Okay, next. Do not sort here. I've told you the implication of that. Next. Now let's see, is it tabular report? Then what about the landscape? The orientation landscape. So you'll pick landscape. What else? Fit a single page wide. That's why this is checked. What else? Sort the data in ascending order. So we'll come back to this. Then includes only the title, GBR category results. So next, you can call it from here GBR category results. Then what's the next? Okay, so then I say finish. Wow, here is it. So the first thing, before we go too far, set your paper to A4. That's the paper you're using, A4. It's already on landscape. So what else? Then the sorting we skipped. So we have done this sorting we skip. Sort the data into ascending order of country and descending order of LPF ratio. Ascending order of country. So come to layout view, then come to group and sort, add the sort, ascending order of country. So you pick country. Ascending means A on top. Then what's the next? Descending order of LPF ratio. So you say add another sort, LPF ratio. Descending order means from largest to smallest. Okay, so we have done that. Then you can close the dialog box. Then we have done with this sorting. Then let's go to calculate the longest. The word longest here, this is when you are going to engage your brain with what we call logical reasoning. The longest, because we have different numbers, which one is the longest? So what function can be used to calculate the longest? So that's what you determine yourself. Okay, and place this at the end of the report, fully visible and right aligned with the race times in the race time column. raise time column. Okay, good. So let me close this property sheet for now. So I have this again. I'm picking the longest time for the race time. So I locate race time, this race time. Now if I come here under race on the design tab, you see totals symbol. You discover that when you click on it, it is not active. Why? Because you are clicking on just the label. But if you click on this, which is the data itself, this totals will be what? Active. You can see that will be active. So you see that again. The question says race time, the longest time, race time. So we look at that and we'll be able to calculate what that will be. Okay, so all right, so having done that, what do? I click on this, then I pick the maximum for it. So I can do that in the design view. In the design view, I come to design, then this way I use text box to calculate text box, and I drag it open here. Before you use the text box, let me delete it. You open up this place. Text box works under the report footer, not page footer. So text box, I'll drag it open under race time, then I type my formula equals maximum, because that's the longest, that's the function for it. Maximum, open bracket, and I type the name which is race time, race underscore time. Good. Let me run it first. Last page. Wow, it has picked it, the maximum. You can see it has picked it. So then what's the next thing? As the label longest race time, longest race time. So I will go back to design view and I type inside this longest race time. Okay, just like every other thing, you could click on this, go to format, change the font color to black and bolden it. We could bolden this too so that it comes out neat. Okay, here is it. Then what's the next thing? As the label longest race time fully visible to the left of this value, and you should place it under the race time column, and that's what I've done, race time column. Okay, good. Then what's the next thing? As your name, center number and cardinal number in the footer, so it appears in the same position, your name. So I'll just come to design tab, I'll use label for name and place that one page footer, not report footer. Name, center number, then candidate number. Then I can do the same thing, click on it, go to format, change the color to automatic black, bolden it. Also do the same thing for the title. I could also do the same thing for the field names. These are the field names. These are the field names. Okay, good, bold, automatic black. Then I go to layout view to adjust it. Then I'll click on this, press Ctrl to click on this and move this way so that it will create some space. I'll do the same for this, so that I will create some space, and I'll do the same thing for this so that I will create some space. Okay, good. And I'll do the same thing for this, move this a bit. Okay, then the same thing for this. The same thing for this. Okay, then let me scroll down and see that nothing is overlapping on another one. Nothing is hidden, nothing is overlapping. Okay, good. Then click on this to adjust it. Nothing should be hidden. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Then, having done this, I go to print preview and see the way it looks like on printout. Then be sure nothing is hidden. Next page. Nothing is hidden. Next page. And then go back to the question. As the label longest race time fully visible to the left of this value, I've just done that. As your name, center number, candidate number in the footer, I've just done that. Save and print your reports. Save and print your report. So I'll just right click, save, then go to print. Having come to print preview, print and call it reports 2. Reports 2 in PDF. Then the next thing will be that what's the next instruction? Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the longest race time. So then I'll go to print preview, the design view rather. Then I make sure that this is open up before I take the screenshot. Yes, it is open up, and I take the screenshot. Yes, then I'll paste it in my evidence document. That's step 21. Yes. Okay, good. Then that is 29 marks altogether, then 14 for this second report. So we have come to the end of this paper, the database part of it. You can see how simple it can be if you follow instructions. So follow instruction, it's a key to having a star or your desired grade. It is good to follow instruction, and that's what we have done. So in this video you will learn a lot. Thank you for following. Please drop your comments in the section box. So please drop your comments, like this video, share with other people, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye for now.